This is Gio and Tiff and JK telling the
for
thing
your
about
creative space,
TikTok.
and then I get to
What do you think the
click
name
on the
meant?
For You page, depending on obviously what you're clicking around and like the seconds you spend on whatever you're watching. It starts really recommending like
Their algorithm's really good. Like everything they recommended was something I liked.
I loved it.
That's why it became really addicting because it was like, oh shit, I was on it for like hours at a time.
I learn about animals. I learn about writing a children's book. I learn about economy. I learn about, oh my god, it's fucking.
Dude, Google.
I actually get onto it.
Google's like YouTube. YouTube is like Gordon Ramsay yells at a refugee, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I want to watch this video.
Like,
I would like to watch this.
so how about like true crime stuff? Have you come across that?
Yeah, I'm not on TikTok.
I don't.
No.
I think because I don't like consuming it because when I'm on it, it's nighttime, so I like happy shit. So I don't.
It does on YouTube because I watch a lot of true crime on YouTube.
Well, have you heard of Alyssa Turney? Oh yes, her dad, right? Yes, I followed that. Girl, the dad killed the sister. Yes.
Dad killed his sister?
Please, I don't know.
Here's the story. She was on a mission.
Here's a story about a.
The
Sorry,
story is pretty
this is
amazing.
probably sad.
So Sarah Turney is Alyssa Turney's sister. Got it? Younger sister. Oh really? Yes. Okay, fucking forget it. So Alyssa Turney was 17 years old.
She didn't look like my cousin.
Missing back in 2001. She was last
Like, not
seen
how she looks
being
now, but how my
taken
cousin
from
used to look
school
when she was a kid.
From her stepdad,
Weird.
or technically her legal dad, because he adopted her, picked her up from school. Now the whole.
But that's not his condo.
Hold on. The family background here is.
I love how Joe explains it. No, that's not his genetics. That's not his biological. That's not his come right.
And so together they had Sarah. And so Sarah is the younger sister of Alyssa. So Sarah was 12 years old when Alyssa.
Hate what a laptop is.
So that's from his com, right?
I mean,
Okay.
Sarah is his biological daughter.
see, that's how you're supposed to say it.
They had the same dad. They had the same dad.
Growing up.
Legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were in the same family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
blood don't mean shit usually, because I know people that are blood related with their biological dad, and their biological dad's a douche.
there's so much info to this.
And my biological dad's, my technically biological father, because I won't call him dad,
Here's some more photos.
is an asshole I've met twice,
So Sarah,
and is now dead.
the younger sister, considered
But my
Alyssa her
dad,
mother.
the guy I grew up with, the guy that took care of me, the guy that
Mother passed from
I'm
cancer.
pretty sure would jump in front of a
Why the
bullet for
father
me,
adopted Alyssa and raised them together, and also
is
he
dad.
had other kids, and so did the mom. But here we're focusing on these two sisters.
It's love, not
So
blood.
when
Anyway,
the day that Alyssa disappeared,
the little girl
Sarah
disappear?
got home and she noticed that Alyssa's room was like a complete mess, which is out of character for Alyssa.
She's OCD.
She was like, she kept her room clean.
You don't have to be OCD to keep the room clean. I'm saying that and my room's trashed.
Saved up about $1,800 in her own personal bank account, and
That's pretty good. More than I can save
there
up.
was a note left behind.
Well, no, I did get to $2,000
She
once,
was running away to California to go live
like
with an aunt in
before
California.
shit hit the.
But the weird thing is that she had already made.
No, I was up to
plans
$3,000 before shit hit the fan, and I needed to spend it. And I know that's not a lot, but for just putting a little bit aside here and there, that's pretty good for me.
Why would she run away all of a sudden when she had plans? She also never touched that $1,800 that she saved. She left her cell phone behind.
Okay, kid leaving her cell phone,
It's like, what the fuck
She
happened?
really double looked.
Oh, a double book?
a teenage daughter leaving her phone behind. Any teenage, hell, any person these days leaving their phone.
Oh, like the Nokia or Motorola.
That's why I don't get why people are so mad at
Yeah,
TikTok
so
about
then,
the fact that,
really strange.
oh, they can track you where you are, they can listen.
So the stepdad was the main person.
I mean, why anti-vaxxers think the vaccine's gonna put a trace on you?
For some reason or
You
another,
carry a tracking device on you at all
they
times.
never really
It has a microphone, it has a camera, and it has a locator.
Took it as a runaway
If the
case.
government wants to keep track of you,
The stepdad a fucking cop.
they don't need to put a low jack in your blood a vaccine.
Oh, that was good. That's good.
That's good because usually time that shit happens.
Sort of like in that realm. I don't know exactly.
Other than that,
Tied to the
though,
lawsuit.
that's where they look the first is like your familial ties and stepdads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was also somehow tied to the military.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
it's
know
either
exactly
parents,
how, but yes.
the wife, the
After
husband.
years,
It's the people close,
like years later,
which is sad.
that's when her dad
Make her
actually
happy.
got arrested because the police found a fuck ton of pipe bombs, the largest pipe bomb bust in Phoenix history.
He's collecting them.
Pipe bombs.
He's about to fucking tank man this shit.
And also he had a manifesto.
God damn.
American terrorist.
He's about to tank man this shit.
He actually got sentenced to 10 years in prison, but he served 7. And so after he got out, that's when
he has a shitload of pipe bombs, and you only give him 7 years.
Like I said, he has other kids, so the other kids already were.
Then again, a cop could murder someone and get 7 years, so it's the same thing.
Okay, he's killed her, right? But for many, many, many years, Sarah was like, no, like I can't believe it. Dad would never do that. I just.
Yeah, of course you don't want to admit your dad killed your sister. That's some psychological fucked upness.
Time was when the cops told Sarah, hey, don't worry, your dad's actually, like, we're gonna get your dad on your sister's disappearance too. There's evidence that Alyssa was being physically, like, sexually abused by the father. And so once, like, all this stuff settles, don't trip, we're gonna get him for your sister's disappearance. But then after he gets out of jail, like, nothing is happening for Alyssa's case. And so Sarah, eventually she came around and got convinced that her dad was involved, and she's like fully convinced that her dad is responsible for her sister's murder.
Your dad's crazy enough to want to bomb shit, and he sexually harassed her. Not a far leap from rape to murder. Especially if you're planning on blowing shit up. You're already planning on murder.
So she's constructed somewhere.
The smell, or I don't know.
So she's constructed somewhere, like in a house.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know.
Linus is cement, like they.
She's chopped up in the pipe bombs.
Cemented her body somewhere.
Yeah, I don't. Who knows? So if you guys are curious on this, and even you guys, she has a whole podcast called Voices for Justice, where she really like dives deep into her sister's disappearance. And
why don't you check that out?
Called Justice for Alyssa, and so there's a ton of more information, more details that really like it.
That's kind of like that
in my opinion,
Tyga thing that the woman killed her husband.
Until, like, I'm telling you,
woman killed her husband. Dad killed his daughter.
Get attention. The police said you're never gonna get anywhere in your sister's case unless you get media attention. So for all these years, she's been on social media. She's been on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that, making her blogs. Never got any traction until TikTok.
It was good. It popped up for me, and it was so captivating. It was really
Where's my sister? Where's my sister? Where's my sister?
We're doing the Where's My Sister dance. Can you do it?
I don't know. I think it was a video.
Where's my sister dance? Yeah, the reason I'm not on TikTok is because, like, I've seen reactions to TikTok thoughts, and then my brain's like, she's kind of cute, and then she comes out and says, this girl is 15 or 16. I'm like, TikTok is dangerous. I feel really gross now.
Dad was like, "Are you filming this or something?" Yeah.
It's his blood. He doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, he never molested her because that's his own daughter.
Right.
Yeah. So let me show you one of her TikToks, and this is not the one with the VHS tape, but this is one of the ones that went really viral. And thanks to TikTok.
Yeah, I don't want to see the VHS tape if it has him molesting his daughter.
Well, it's not even an ending, but.
I did not expect to blow up on TikTok overnight, so thank you. And you've been asking for a story time, so let me tell you why I'm even here. In 2001, my sister Alyssa Turney went missing. She was 17 and I was 12. She was basically the only mom I ever had. But everyone thought that she just ran away, and the police didn't even look into it until 2008, 7 years later.
Fuck that shit.
They sat me down, told me that my father had been molesting Alyssa for our entire lives. They told me I had a sister I didn't know about, and that they were raiding our home right that minute, looking for evidence that he killed my sister. But they actually found 26 pipe bombs, the largest pipe bomb bust in Phoenix history. And I still didn't believe it, but eventually I came around, and I said, how can I help you guys? And they said, you know what, don't worry about it, kid. When your dad gets out of prison for his bomb charges, we're going to go ahead and arrest him for the murder of your sister. And I said, great. But that didn't happen. And then they sat me down and said, sorry, your best chance is getting media exposure. So that's what I'm trying to do. Please share this and listen to Voices for Justice about Alyssa. I love you. Thank you.
So her dad is out, and he's just chilling.
Here's the VHS. I didn't know it was in here.
Hit the red button.
I also forgot to mention a lot of other important things, which was the fact that this dad was obsessed with Alyssa, and he was recording her at her job at, like, Jack in the Box. It apparently was her first job, and he would record her, film her. He also had hidden cameras in the house, and the cops found, like, the footage of it.
Ew.
He was recording.
How do you bring up someone as your daughter and have those kind of thoughts?
Sarah somehow obtained all of this,
she posts on her TikToks, like voice messages from that tapped phone of like the dad telling Alyssa's school that she had a learning disability, which Alyssa was never formally diagnosed with, and a whole bunch of shady shit. Okay, a lot of shady shit. But the happy ending.
Non-diagnosed mental issues ain't shady. This whole story's shady, but I have a lot of misdiagnosed shit. Pretty much because I don't try to get it diagnosed.
Sarah has placed on the
Law enforcement. Go figure.
Yeah, they don't do shit unless they get pressure. Like, the idea of a dad murdering his daughter isn't enough of a thing to push.
And frankly,
And then she gets on Dancing with the Stars.
in 1999, there was a student in UCLA. I was very close to his family. I was on the inside of the story. I remember the story like it was yesterday. 1999, Michael Negretti went missing in UCLA, and my best pal at the time, he was his brother, and he went missing.
Yeah, a little girl from back in the day, the trailer park I lived in, it made, I forget her name, but like it was the biggest story in Canada for a while, or at least Alberta for a while. And this is before the internet. And didn't get no one got busted with it until a couple years later when they found the body and it went fucking viral as hell. I forget what the story is, but cops don't do anything unless they get pressured to do it.
3 in the morning, he all of a sudden leaves his dormitory. He goes to a bus stop, and that
Don't care about the story.
The case follows through and like the entire trial.
Oh, go check out this chick at TikTok. Go check out JK. Go check out Tiff. Go check out this.
He is responsible for it.
and Google the Michael Negretti story, man, because that should be kept away.
And do that too.
Nobody talks about it.
For sure. And actually, I was looking at Sarah's entire like TikTok, like her whole page.